Hey guys, Sean here with my friend.
Hey,
You can say your name, you know that.
I'm Evan.
And we're back to review Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior. Or as this just says, Road Warrior. Which I think was actually the title when it was released, wasn't it?
Probably.
Who knows?
Yeah. It's still a cool name.
Either way. See. My information has gone.
Sorry, allergies.
Well, it is winter, dude.
Yeah. Well, it's year-long allergies.
So, Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior is a 2000.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
that.
2000. Yes.
It's a 1981 Australian post-apocalyptic action film. Once again directed by George Miller. The film is the second installment in the franchise, with Gibson reprising his role as Mad Max Rockatansky. Weird last name, I'll say that one.
It's awesome.
Thank you, I've heard. The film's tale of a community of settlers moved to defend themselves against a roving band of marauders follows a
Archetypical.
Thank you. Archetypical Western frontier movie motif, as does Max's role as a hardened man who rediscovers his humanity when he decides to help the settlers. So, my good friend, actually, we should do this. We should do Mumbo Jumbo.
Yeah.
The movie was released Christmas Eve of 1981. Well, lucky Australia.
Yes.
Merry fucking Christmas to them.
It's Christmas. You mentioned Christmas. You shouldn't have said the F word before. It's just. Yeah.
Still.
Some people are religious.
Yes, and some people get whacking. This movie's about an hour and 36 minutes, so roughly 3 extra minutes than the first one.
Yes. 3 more minutes of Mel Gibson.
Yeah, true. And then this
never have
movie.
too much of Mel Gibson, unless you're with his family at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Eat the damn turkey.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, we watched
this movie. This movie made back U.S. money $23.7 million. And that's in the U.S. money. I'm not sure, but I think that's probably more than the first one made.
I think the first one said 10 million.
I can look at it right now.
Let's go back. 100
Oh no,
million.
the first one made more.
100 million.
I think. Yeah, the first one I think made more.
100 million. Jeez.
Yeah, I think the first one made more money.
Damn.
So yeah. So what are your thoughts, my dear friend?
Well, I mean, it was good. I mean, yeah, it had a little bit more problems this time. I mean,
yeah,
it took a little bit of time to get off. I mean, you don't even get any action until almost 20 minutes in. I mean, the first one, you start off with an action sequence. I know, right? Yeah, that insane guy.
I mean, you think the first movie would be the slower one.
Yeah.
We wouldn't get the action until like probably an hour in with the first one, but no, it's this one.
And the thing about this one is, I mean, for people who've seen this series before, Mad Max Fury Road is basically a remake of this.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's one of the criticisms or not really criticism that I've heard, but it's more comparison I've heard that Fury Road is basically the climax of this movie stretched into 2 hours.
Yeah, and that movie had action in like 20 minutes. Now this one almost 35 minutes in. They did have a really good ending, though. Really good ending. This movie.
Ah, yes.
The one we just watched. Road Warrior.
Yeah.
Did get pretty graphic. I mean, actually, the Fury Road one, I mean, actually really wasn't graphic exactly. Just R-rated because it was extraordinarily violent, but this one actually added blood, and I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, and the first one didn't even have blood in it. I mean,
not even a single drop. Like maybe you've seen a little bit in the part when that one guy got.
Well, you got to figure, dude, this movie might have had a bigger budget, though.
Yeah,
that's probably what it was. Because in the first one, when they killed people, you barely saw any of it.
Oh yeah.
Like even when Max blew the guy up, it pretty much cut away before we saw much of anything.
Yeah.
So yeah,
this was like a 1 second explosion.
Pretty much. In this movie, we get what?
Explosions left and right.
Pretty much, and we get people shot up, pretty much. So yeah, this movie.
Oh yeah, what about the? Oh yeah, I don't mean to offend anyone here who might be saddened by the death of Chekhov, but there's a guy who pretty much dies the same way Anton Yelchin died.
What do you mean?
Smashed between two cars.
I'm not sure that's how Yelchin died, dude.
No, he got smashed between a car and something he was standing in. So the fact that two cars are coming.
Not to go out on a huge tangent, but Yelchin was basically assumed his car was parked.
Yeah.
And so he had to step out. But apparently when he stepped out, his car wasn't in park as he thought it was.
And
it slid backwards and hit something.
It hit him into something.
Yes.
Hope I didn't offend anyone, but I'm just saying.
Same here.
It was pretty graphic. So, I mean, you're already seeing this guy screaming his freaking face off and blood all over it. And here comes this. He's attached to this huge truck, pretty much like a small.
Yeah.
Pretty much the truck from Fury Road, just without all the weird spiky doohickey thingies on it.
Yeah.
And then here's another truck coming.
Yeah. But yeah, weren't you mentioning something throughout the movie? Like the sound and everything?
Yeah, the movie, the sound editing on this kind of went a little bit south. The sound editing wasn't
not up to par.
Yeah, it was not up to par. I have to give credit to the soundtrack again. Still the same guy, Brian May.
Yeah, very good soundtrack. I'll give it that.
Very good soundtrack. I remember I wasn't complaining, but I nitpicked a little bit. Like halfway through the movie, saying that I wasn't really nitpicking, but I was saying it was just as good as the original.
Mm-hmm.
But then, because this having more violence, especially with the later scenes, when
more violence, more.
Yeah, I thought I don't know, I thought it'd been more fast paced instead of just loud.
Because normally with sequels, they usually get much of a quicker, sometimes quicker pace. Like take the Hobbit movies for example. A lot of people complain about Unexpected Journey being so slow, repetitive, and whatever. But when you get to Deathly Schmog, they pick up the pace a bit.
Yeah, but then when it came to like the last battle, which was almost
are you talking about this movie still?
Yeah, I'm talking about this movie.
Okay,
when it came to the last battle, the last like half hour, and then the film picked up.
The film just
the film kept on going. The music kept on getting faster and faster.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this one specific piece I heard. I can't really.
But
remember.
You assumed it sounded like Star Wars a bit.
Yeah, I was saying
it would make sense because it would make sense if. I mean, it would kind of make sense when John Williams doing the music, but it's not.
Yeah, Brian May. And then ironically, the part that.
But then again, this came out probably around the same time Empire did.
Yeah, 1981.
Empire had already been out then.
Yeah, and the funny thing about that part was the time I said the music started like Star Wars. You were actually saying that the action on the screen was like that dumb weaving thing. Those X fighters, Y fighters, the weaving when they were driving down the car. You said, "Oh no, Star Wars weaving," you know.
No. I was talking about you know how the screen basically wiped itself?
Oh,
I was like, get your Star Wars out of my Mad Max.
Yes. So
it's just like this shot where it's like trying to transition, I guess, where it does this like wipe dissolve thing, and it's like, am I watching Mad Max or am I watching freaking Star Wars?
Yes. So it's ironic that right when it does that Star Wars wipe thing, the music kind of sounds like Star Wars.
I know, right?
It's
funny. But yeah, back to what you said about the sound design not being up to par. I noticed a couple shots here and there, like in the scene where Bruce Spence, who's in this movie, who would later go on to appear in Revenge of the Sith, by far my favorite Star Wars movie.
And
don't care what anyone says. Yes, and the extended cut of Return of the King. But yeah, just putting that out there, Revenge of the Sith, favorite Star Wars movie. Don't care what anyone says. But yeah, he played the administrator guy that Obi-Wan talks to, and then in Return of the King, the extended cut, he was the mouth of Sauron, which honestly I don't understand the point of that character really.
That's because he was in the original book. Well, I'll explain later. It kind of has religious symbology to it.
I'll take your word for it. But yeah, there's the scene where Bruce Spence's character is flying Max away to recuperate and heal, and we see a shot of Max lying down. It's like, wow, those are very terrible blue screen. Yeah.
Yes, and when you could see just the way he was positioned, it was
it's like
fitting with the way the scenery was going.
Yeah, it's like Gibson was, for lack of phrase, bulging out of the background. Like, wow, you can definitely tell it's blue screen. And then again, they probably didn't have the budget to tweak it and everything, because these are still low budget movies. So not holding it against George Miller and all those people. It's just something that took me out of the movie for a second. But aside from the blue screen effects,
to add one more thing to like the music and sound, I did find closer to the end, like within the last 20 minutes, there was this specific piece of music that was happening during a lot of the explosions that almost sounded exactly like the piece of music from Fury Road during the part when they're in the gorge and then being chased by everyone. It kind of sounded like that, except without all the weird electronical. Like it was almost just pure orchestra without all the electronics.
Yes.
Kind of went like
if you want, you can bring up that video game you mentioned to me earlier.
Oh, yes. For nerds out there, people who might remember this, there's actually an original Nintendo game made in 1990 based on this movie. I actually played it when I was a kid. It's an awesome game. I would recommend it to anyone who likes old games, but it's strange. It's got like 2 different kind of gameplay elements. Starts off with a above shot, kind of like ZVS when you're in the car and you're going around shooting other cars and people. And then you can get out of the car, go into these tunnels, and it's like, I don't know, some kind of weird platformer. Like you just go walking through tunnels, kind of like I couldn't think of anything at the time about it. But yeah, I do remember a joke I made about this game when I was a kid, because the animations are so weird for the part when you're actually walking around shooting people. I mean, the animations for the death, you're using like a typical small power shotgun, yet people like disintegrate when you shoot them. So I was like, is this a shotgun or is this a freaking disruptor from Star Trek?
Who knows, man? And wasn't there something about the first movie you forgot to mention?
Let me think.
Well, you think about that one. Let me talk to the fine folks.
Yes.
So yeah, I actually really enjoyed this movie. It's not as good as the first one, I thought, because of the blue screen, a couple blue screen shots, the poor editing he's mentioned, and this movie's a little slower paced, but still thoroughly enjoyable. I'll say that much.
I will say that I found it a little bit stupid.
Please explain, sir.
That the dog in this movie looks so much like the stupid dog you get in those Fallout games. I was like,
oh sure, it was like to make fun of a movie made so many years ago, sorely based on a game that's now being released nowadays.
For the game more than the movie.
I was gonna say,
just because it's a post-apocalyptic.
I was gonna say, make fun of a movie that's made over 30 years ago, based on the similarities to a video that's made nowadays.
No, making fun of the game.
I was going to say, though.
I'm a fan of Fallout games. I'm just like, it's a post-apocalyptic world, like Fallout in this movie, and you have pretty much the same frickin' dog. I mean, watch the movie, then play the game. It's pretty much the same. The dog is pretty much animated the same frickin' way in the game as it looks in the movie. I mean, the game, the dog even has that lame-ass bandana. I was like, Jesus Christ, what are they trying to do here?
No idea. Maybe this movie inspired the game.
I could actually see that. The only thing this game that has that the movie doesn't is nuclear weapons. I
don't think nuclear weapons existed in the 80s.
They existed in the 50s and 60s because of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Good point. I really need to brush up on my history again.
A lot of people even thought that was going to be the end of the world for us. I mean, we were that close to being destroyed by Cuba. And Russia.
I see. So yeah,
I think I may have. God damn it! I almost had it, and then I was like,
"Wow." You people see what I have to tolerate with.
Yes, I'm sorry, Sean.
It's okay.
It's okay.
So yeah, any final thoughts you can think of?
I was like, yeah. Other than the slower starting and some weird pacing, it actually had a pretty mind-blowing ending. I mean, was actually a huge upgrade with the violence and the
definitely
the graphicness and I was gonna say that in this movie I actually really liked the costume too. I mean, it was I said to him on multiple occasions that the costume Mad Max was wearing looked almost exactly like the costume in Fury Road, and how the hair was almost exactly the same way.
Well, I read a rumor when Fury Road was being filmed that they were going to possibly make it like what Superman Returns was, where it ignored the previous movie and tried to be a sequel to the first two movies. So act as the true third movie. So I think that's why when they did Fury Road, they wanted to make Hardy look like Gibson from Road Warrior as much as possible.
I heard something like that. The reason why
I read later on that Fury Road is kind of a soft reboot.
Oh yeah, that too.
But they actually do. They don't acknowledge Thunderdome, but then they don't. But then again, they don't ignore it either, because Miller's even said that he doesn't think of it as a linear timeline. They are all each standalone movies.
Oh yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is because I read a rumor that Fury Road would possibly ignore Beyond Thunderdome, so it probably explains why Hardy looks like Gibson from that movie.
Yes, one of my friends always
just a rumor though.
One of my friends said he assumed one of the reasons they also did that was to kind of show appreciation for Mel Gibson.
Oh, true.
Because I think
I did read somewhere that Gibson was supposed to kind of have a cameo.
But then because of the area they were filming in a different area because
he
was in South Africa, right? And he was worried about the violence in South Africa.
Well, I also read he was supposed to be reprising the role, but he was too old to do it.
Yeah.
Which then in turn meant he'd probably do a cameo, which would have been fucking awesome. But
then I did hear him saying about being worried about the war that was going on.
Oh, I'm saying that would have been fucking awesome had he done a cameo in the movie.
Yeah.
But then what would he have done, though?
I know parts. I think I read parts of it was still in Australia, but most of it was being done in Africa, which
violence.
ISIS. Thank you very much, Middle East.
So yeah, final thoughts. Wrap this up.
Yeah,
you first.
Yeah, good movie. The first movie I forgot to do the ratings, but the first movie
we both did
an 8. This movie I would give 6.5, maybe a 7. So 1.5 stars less, 1 star less. Still a pretty endurable movie. Definitely an upgrade with the
violence.
The violence and the typical effects, but
the practical.
Yeah, the practical effects. The practical effects are a huge upgrade. A lot more explosions and with the blood, but the blue screen
needs a little work.
Yeah, needs a little work. Still a little fuzzy around the edges.
Yeah, but you gotta figure this movie. This is at least a 30-year-old movie, so of course the effects are gonna be dated because people have even said, and I'm not trying to say this
movie you probably didn't.
And this is not a knock to the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. I love those movies, like especially the first two movies. You know, mainly the Donner cut because the Luster version's iffy. But a lot of people even said that the effects in the first two Superman movies are starting to look a little dated.
Yeah.
I mean, love those movies. I'm just saying.
Although
people have even said those movies are starting to look a little dated.
Although to end on a kind of happier, more upbeat note, I mean.
Yeah, because I don't want to get beaten for the Superman comment.
Yeah, with the like I said, the costuming is good, but it's weird. But good. It's good.
The one thing I've never noticed about the costume, and even just by watching Fury Road, is the jacket. It's like, why does he rip half his sleeve off and only have one shoulder pad?
And we found out 10 minutes before the movie ended. That guy just ripped something off and dug into his flesh and just messed up his arm pretty bad.
I've always wondered that.
Holy crap, that kid
is violent and bloodthirsty.
Yeah, she's a little bastard.
I know.
I was like, jeez, that kid.
Maybe my kid's never like that.
But yeah, to end with the funny part, I mean, yeah, the costuming good, bad, and hilarious at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you can see it, but that guy right there, probably not, but yeah, I mean, look, he looks like a member of the 80s metal group Man of War. Anyone who grew up listening to groups
like Lord Humongous?
Yeah, anyone who grew up listening to bands like Saxon, Man of War, Armored Saint, a lot of those old-fashioned 80s power metal. Yeah, I mean, he looks like he'll just randomly go on stage during a Man of War concert and start swinging a broadsword around.
Who knows, man? So yeah, for me, final thoughts.
That band actually did that before. I mean,
Did not know that.
Man of War. I think it was either Man of War or Armored Saint, but sometimes they would just have random times during one of their songs. They would have guys come on dressed in these weird costumes doing sword fighting, and the Viking metal band Amon Amarth from I think it's Norway does the same thing too. But
yeah. So yeah, final thoughts. Great movie.
Yeah, definitely good.
Would you say probably better than the first? Like if you had to compare them, what would you think?
I would say equally. I mean, psychologically, philosophically,
story-wise.
I mean, with the special effects, still fuzzy around the edges with the introducing the blue screen, green screen, whatever they call it. But the practical effects aren't enough.
They use both in movies nowadays.
Yeah, they use.
Effects-wise, first one's superior.
Yeah.
Even though this movie does have a bigger budget.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell the bigger budget.
Yeah. Acting-wise, yes and no.
Gibson's good, though.
Yeah, Gibson's good.
Gotta give it to him.
But there just wasn't enough craziness with some of the side characters.
Well, I was gonna say this isn't Nicolas Cage we're talking about.
Yeah.
Who's fucking crazy all the time, pretty much.
Yeah, but Mel Gibson, like we
said.
Well,
nowadays, yeah.
I don't know. I think he always was a little bit. Not to make fun of Mel Gibson.
Again, probably nicest guy in the world.
Huge fan of you, Mel Gibson. I love all your movies.
I haven't seen all your movies. The only ones I've seen are these first two Mad Max movies and What Women Want.
You never even seen the We Were Soldiers?
No.
You need to watch that.
Those are the only ones I remember.
Watch Hacksaw Ridge as well. That was awesome.
He directed that one, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'm talking about ones he starred in. Well, I'm not talking about the ones he directed.
No.
I'm talking about ones he's actually been in. Which are first two Mad Maxes and then What Women Want.
I actually have not seen that one yet. I've seen.
It's nothing to do with him, but the movie's just.
Forever Young was good. I think it was called.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, it's one where he was like.
Anyway.
Yeah, sorry, get up.
Anyway, I tend to do that in my spoilers with my nerd friends, but it's normal.
Anyone does.
But yeah, exactly. But yeah, aside from the effects, this movie's great.
Yeah.
They really upgrade on the violence, obviously, especially with the blood-hungry kid. But yeah, I would probably give the same rating as him. Probably an 8 for the first movie,
I wouldn't be surprised if
and then like a 6.5 for the second
movie. Because not to be too big of a spoiler, but the third movie does have a lot of kids. It's almost like in my opinion, you can almost say the third movie is like a post-apocalyptic Peter Pan without the magic and flying. I mean, story-wise, it's almost like the exact same thing. He comes into this area, tries to start some kind of conflict, or finish a conflict, that is, then gets exiled, lots of kids, goes back with all the kids, big fight, yay, it's like that Hook movie. Have you seen that?
Which one?
Hook, with Robin Williams.
I have.
Good movie.
May Robin Williams rest in peace. We miss you, Robin.
Yes.
All hail the genie.
Plus, when no one make fun of me, but I cry during What Dreams May Come.
Is that the one where he goes to hell and get his wife back?
Yes.
Or heaven or whatever?
Yes, actually.
I've never seen that movie.
You need to watch it.
I've heard it's good.
Really good. Based on a book by the same name by Richard Mason.
I did not know that part. I didn't know it was based on a book.
Yes, based on a book by Richard Mason. He wrote a lot of science fiction, dark horror, fantasy stuff in the 60s and 70s, 80s. Although, the thing I just found a little bit weird about this movie and book was pretty much, philosophically wise, it's just a modern day retelling of Dante's Divine Comedy. I never heard of that one. Anyone who knows what the Divine Comedy is, book trilogy, written in the late 1200s, pretty much one of the most important books in Catholic literature, pretty much. Yes, well, my channel's not religion. Yes. My channel's movies. Yes. Watch the Divine Comedy Dante Alighieri movie called Dante's Inferno, the animated Japanese movie. I've heard that. Yeah, it's an animated Japanese movie. Watch it. No, I'm talking about Dante's Inferno. I've heard of it. Yeah, I'm just saying. Never seen it. There was a couple. There was like a movie. Dude, I've not seen a lot of movies in my life. No, I'm just saying there was a couple. There was a black and white silent one done in the 1920s, which was actually really good. Normally, I don't really get into a whole bunch of silent movies, but I was actually really impressed with this one. And then there was like a kind of Japanese anime-ish one maybe 6 or 7 years ago that was made to capitalize on the video game for Xbox 360 that came out. Really good movie. That's good. Yes.
So yeah,
even if you're not religious, you can enjoy this movie, Endgame.
Yeah, that part I remember hearing in Doug Walker's video. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Oh, what's that gonna mean? Find out next time.
Yeah. So yeah, we both enjoy Road Warrior or Mad Max 2, Road Warrior. You know, whatever the fuck they want to call it nowadays.
Yeah.
Because I swear that title changes so many fucking times. But yeah, we quite enjoyed the movie. Had fun with it. It's so with the first movie.
Yeah.
So now, maybe tomorrow or something, we're going to tackle Beyond Thunderdome, which, for those who have actually are fans of...
Actually, I'm actually wide awake now. I probably can make through the whole movie.
Let's see. Well, it is 107 minutes.
Yeah, that's actually...
Which is about...
7 minutes longer.
Yeah, about...
Yeah, I can tackle that.
Like
I'm actually
10 minutes longer, I think.
Yeah, I'm actually wide awake now.
Yeah, I guess we could do it. So yeah,
I actually went 4 days without sleeping.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you have any micro naps?
I had a.
For those who don't get the reference, I hate you. For those who do not get that reference, you are not Nightmare fans.
Oh.
You are not Freddy fans. How dare you not get that reference if you're a Freddy fan?
Freddy fans.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yes.
Did you have any micro naps?
Yes.
You saw stuff that weren't there.
Oh, yeah. I actually thought I saw my dead girlfriend.
Ooh. Yeah, we're not getting into that one. It's very personal to him.
Yeah.
I know it, but you guys, a little personal. But yeah, we are going to watch Thunderdome and see how far we get into it before we fall asleep. And I'm not sure if you know this, my good friend, but you've known Nostalgia Critic, right? Doug Walker?
Yes, I've seen some of it. It's just like maybe 5 movies.
Well, when he did his review of Fury Road, by the way, good movie. So far, my favorite of the series, which is probably everyone's favorite anyway.
Yeah.
This is actually Doug Walker's favorite in the franchise. I kid you not.
When are we gonna?
This is literally Doug Walker's favorite.
Use this review to make that weird ass remark I made about those things, or just wait until the next one?
Does it have to do with this movie?
Well, kind of. Well, the thing I was talking to him about that I found kind of ironic and funny at the same time. When it came just about every action adventure / science fantasy adventure movie series that ever was made in the 80s and early 90s, the thing I always noticed that kind of found weird, you always start off really dark, really violent, graphic. First 2 movies, always rated R, very dark and graphic. Then the 3rd movie comes out and it's PG-13 and it's definitely everything's lowered or more cutesy. Well, not cutesy, but I mean, heck, this movie is like a hour and 40 minute long music video. Not to make fun of the movie because I actually do like it, but
save your thoughts for the movie. Yes. And speaking of, we're coming up on 30 minutes, so you can expand on this later.
Yes, I will.
Okay. To cut a long story short. First 2 movies rated R, and then go to PG-13 for the last one.
Yeah, like with RoboCop, Rambo.
Done twice.
Yeah.
RoboCop did the PG-13 twice. Sure. With RoboCop 3 and
Rambo, the remake.
Riddick. Die Hard. Even though that's the PG-13 one's my favorite. I don't care what anyone says. Live Free or Die Hard. Favorite in the series for me. So yeah. But yeah, that was a long ramble extended. Yeah. But those are our thoughts on Road Warrior plus movie ratings.
Yeah, I gave it a 7.5.
I'd say probably the same thing.
Yeah.
6.5, 7.
Half a star lower than the first one.
Yeah. About 6.5, 7, somewhere around there. So yeah, look for our review of Beyond Thunderdome, which is Doug Walker's favorite. And Doug, if you're watching this video, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Big fan of yours, Doug, if you're watching the video. So yeah, we'll catch you guys later. See ya.